treat today. Hey, we're not just going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about life, energy, and how to get in touch with the real source of where all your wealth, your happiness, and your abundance can come from, and actually does come from. But how do we tap into that? That is what is going to be super important today. So for those people who are on here live right now, I want you to put a hashtag live. So any questions that come through, we know that you were here live. If you're watching this on the replay, put a hashtag replay. Now, as always, what I want you guys to do is start sharing this. In fact, Chico, if you share this, I don't know if you got your phone right there, but let's share this on our timelines. Let's share this on our. Okay. So if you go to real life group page, so the real life group page, then we can.
I have to get my phone over there because that's what's giving me the internet on here.
Oh, is it? Best not.
It's probably better not to move it just yet. I will be doing it later. But
sure.
I'd rather not lose connection here because we're in the middle of the Algarve at the moment, and the internet is slightly. Well, I'm just getting it off my phone, so yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm with you on that one. So hey, our good friend Lewis Perrin is on here.
Yes,
Lewis. So guys,
thank you for the hookup, man. So it's good to connect with good people.
Absolutely.
Like-minded people.
And we got someone commenting Chico time already. That was early out the doors. Yeah. So start tagging people. You know, you got to tag 10 people in the real life tribe, 10 people out of the real life tribe. If you don't even know what real life tribe is, just tag 10 people and share it on your timeline.
Oh,
and
Cruz. Oh, yeah. My brother loves you. Oh, hello, darling.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. You already know off of these people. Awesome. So, hey, guys, do that. Share it. Tag 10 people in the tribe, 10 people out of the tribe. And then we're going to be picking a winner at the end of this show today. And you're going to get to pick what real life merchandise you want. Okay, Trisha, you're awesome on here. Start tagging some people, Trisha. And also share it on your timeline and share it in the groups where we normally share it. Because, guys, we got a super special start to 2021. You know, I don't know about most people, but when I left school, I didn't write the date down for a long time. But now I do. I write my goals down every day, so I'm always writing the date. But if you're not writing the date down, it's easy to lose track of the date. Can you believe it? It is already 2021, and we're off to a banging start, and you are in for a huge treat. I'm so super excited today to be speaking with this legend here who has so many facets to what life is all about, because not many people might know the story of Chico here. They might only know what they see on the TV or what they heard in the media. So we're going to hear it from the horse's mouth today. And we're going to go into the detail of what is the journey of success? What is money? And where does it come from? And how can we tune in to the real true self, or the true version, or the real power, the life force, and actually direct that onto what it is that we want and turn it into some of the materialistic things. But really, I think we're all after fulfillment. Yeah, fulfillment and soul satisfaction. So let's see how we can do that, because what I love about our special guest today is the story from being brought up in very humble beginnings, which Chico will tell us more about, but then actually doing whatever it takes at every stage, making money, losing money, being in touch with self, losing self, and amongst all of that, having a magnetic and electrifying energy, which I think you guys will agree once we let this greyhound out of the trap. So thank you so much, Chico. It's amazing to have you on here. And just tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to where you've come to today.
Hey, it's first and foremost, thank you for the invite, and hello to each and every one of you. Happy New Year, happy 21st. Let's call it the 21st because it's a good number. It's actually a good spiritual number, and you know, people kind of reach 21, and that's really when you start to kind of just realize what life is all about. and I wish I could turn back Chico time to go back to 21 and know what I know now. But you know what? In spirit, we are all 21. So on that note, Happy New Year to you. And so just a little bit about myself. I was born Youssef Slimani. Believe it or not, I was born in Wales, in Bridgend. Not many people know this. They're like, Welsh? What? I thought you was yeah. I am actually Welsh by birth, Moroccan by heritage, and British by citizenship. So there you go. So there's three things that play here. I went back to Morocco to live with my grandparents, or to be brought up by my grandparents at the age of 1.5, 2 years old. And then my parents sort of stayed a couple of years later and they separated. And then I ended up living in Morocco until the age of 13. Very humble beginnings. I was brought up on 1,000-year tradition where the currency of life wasn't how good you looked or what material wealth you had. It was really about the essence of if you're a good person. And because you lived in a village and in a community, it was all about what can you bring in sense of pride to your family. We call that you make your grandparents or your parents cheeks red, right? What that means is you make them proud by your good actions. So to be a good person, to give, to share, to love, all of that kind of stuff. So I was brought up on that tradition. It was all about serving it was all about giving as opposed to receiving. So that was a wonderful start for me regarding the moral aspect or the foundation of what I am today. Because as they say, show me the child till the age of 7, I will show you the man or the woman. So within those first 7 years, I knew nothing but nature. We didn't have anything other than, as a matter of fact, where I am right now, Portugal, the reason I've moved here and I'm so in love with the Algarve is it reminds me a lot of my background, because I'm just surrounded by orange groves and lemons and clementines and pomegranates and figs and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like home without being home. So up till the age of 9, I think 7, 8, 9, we ended up moving so I can get an education. And when I went into the city, call it a city, but it was a town, found it really hard, because when you move in, it's like a hierarchy, and the last person is like the bottom of the packing pack, and unfortunately, I got bullied very badly for about 2 years. It was really, really, really bad. But I always say to people, welcome the adversities in your life, because there will be the building blocks of your tomorrow. And because of that bullying element, like I said, it took 2 years of real horrible bullying, to such a degree that it used to give me nightmares. Probably won't go into it, but anyhow, I had to stand up for myself. And it was a defining moment where I said, I will never, ever let anyone bully me, but I will also never let anyone stand. I would never stand and see injustice and not do anything about it. So that, I took all of that with me. And then I came back to England when I was 13 and a half, and I couldn't speak a word of English. And here's a little funny story for you. I went to a school called Hazelwick School. And for me, my heroes were with Bruce Lee and Elvis. And the reason being was because I'd saved money to go and see a movie. And it was Bruce Lee. It was Enter the Dragon, actually. And as I was going to the cinema, we just heard about who Bruce Lee was, and the elder kids would already go and watch the movie, and they come back, and all the little kids gather around and they were telling us the story of the movie. So I kind of knew the movie almost word for word without even seeing it. That's how crazy it was. So went in to watch this movie, but on the way there, I saw this guy on this big poster, and quiff and handsome guy surrounded by these women, and I was like, wow, I want to be him. And then I went and watched the movie, and I was just in love with Bruce Lee. So I come out going, you know, like kind of like I wanted to kick like Bruce Lee and look like Elvis. And that was my first kind of love and inspiration. And when I came back to England, they used to call me Little Elvis. And from that, I was going to get back to the story, was I was pretty good at playing football. And the teacher said, would you like to play for the school? Come and try out. So I went and tried out for them. And I was like, really, you know, my dreams of becoming a Moroccan Maradona, you know, were very short-lived, because I think the second and third day we had another guy come in who was a year older, and he just dribbled past us all and scored. And I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? Do you know who that guy was? Gareth Southgate, who is the England manager now.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that was up to that moment in time. So ask any more questions and I'm happy to say.
Yeah, so it was great, and great to hear that, which many people may not know about you. So let's get to the point, and let's see, you know, how you've channeled everything that you learned when you were growing up, and what you found out about yourself up until this point. From like, how did it come about when you were back in England? Okay, so you're at school. Most people will know you from being on the X Factor, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So how did that come about? How did you get to that point? What made you want to do that? What were you doing up until then that made you say, hey, this is something that I want to pursue?
Okay. It never really started that way. For me, I've always lived my philosophy in life, as I'm sure pretty much everybody on here, is the PMA philosophy, the positive mental attitude. And it's in 4 stages. I say, dream it, believe it, work for it, achieve it, in that order. So I never ever looked at anything and thought impossible. Even when I was around friends, and as far as I can remember, when someone looks at someone else and I go, wow, look at that. And you know, you have friends say if someone's got a car and they're like, oh, his dad might have left him this car, or they might belittle it. For me, I just look at that person and I go, that's incredible. I'll walk up to that person and go, excuse me, sir, I really love your car. Can I ask you something? How did you do that? How did you get here? And often you would find that not only are they gobsmacked at the fact there's this little kid who's come over to ask these questions, they will tell you how they've done it. And what I found in most cases, in all facets, be it mental, physical, spiritual, is they embodied a positive mental attitude, philosophy. And they also stated, most of them stated, that they always had someone, as if it's a spirituality, it'd be a spiritual leader. If it's a business person, it will be a business mentor, someone that's actually done it. Because, you know, as my grandfather says, never ask the way home for someone who's never asked the way to a destination for someone who's never left the village. It's basically you ask those who have done it before you. So I've always taken that with me as the foundation. Now, regarding to where I've gone throughout my life, I've never planned anything. It's just one thing led to another, led to another, and led to another. And I always say, never underestimate the smallness of an opportunity, because it could be the bigness of you tomorrow. And what do I mean by that? Is some of the biggest things that have happened to me, including being on the X Factor, or any big opportunities that have arrived, have happened because I put myself out there and I met someone that connected me to someone else, where most people would have turned their nose up at it. But it was actually that opportunity that made me achieve the things that I have in my life.
That's awesome. So have you got any examples that people might be able to relate to, that led you to some big opportunities? And like, what advice you have for people to, like you say, not turn the nose up at certain things, thinking, oh, it's not the whole, you know, big thing that I want, so I'm not going to take it.
Yeah, I tell you what it is. It's about visualization for me. It's always been about visualization. Sorry, I might have lost my train of thought earlier on. You have to bring me back a little bit sometimes. I'll go off on a tangent. But my for me, I'm a visionary, so I kind of visualize the end product already. When I want something, say for instance, I go, okay, I want this. And I don't know how. I said to myself, I don't know how, I don't know what, but I'm going to get there. But you see, the opportunity that got me there, right, is just, it's a path to it. Sometimes it veers to something completely different. But the things that I wanted in my life, I never saw as impossible. And I always saw them as, if someone else can do them, then I can also do them. Now, you know when they say, if you tell a lie enough, it would become the truth. So, for instance, before I went into the X Factor, I was sending out demos to the record companies. Didn't hear. Sometimes you hear back and you tape back. We're not interested. Blah 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 blah. And it gets to a stage where even your friends or your hardcore believers go, "Oh, bless him," because someone just put him out of his misery. But they do it in such a way. They don't want to hurt your feelings, but they joke about things. They go, "All right, Cheeks, how's that record deal going? Have you still got, you know?" So they want to break your balls about it, but at the same time, they don't want to hurt your feelings. So what I said to myself, I went, right, from now on, anyone who asks me if I've got a record deal, I'm going to tell them I've got a record deal. So sure enough, every time someone asks me, "Chico, how's that record deal going?" I go, yeah, I've got a record deal. "Oh, really? Who with?" "Well, it's not a record deal, it's a publishing deal." "Who with?" "Well, Sony." "Well, it's not Sony, it's Sony BMG. So I started telling this for about 5 years, 6 years. You tell it enough, it becomes a reality. Now, in my head, I wasn't telling a lie. To me, it was, how come they don't get it? I know I'm going to get there somehow. I don't know how, but I will. But the funny thing is, when I went on the X Factor, all the top 3 people, I came 5th. The top 3 people got signed to Sony. I was the only one that got signed to Sony BMG. Now, that is the visualization and the absolute belief that you can do it. So what I say to people, again, it's you are in life, you're going to have a lot of friends, family, or doubters. But one thing you can never doubt is yourself. There has to be something inside you that says, you know what, irrelevant of what you think, irrelevant of you thinking I'm going to fail, irrelevant, that does not matter. All I know is I'm going to get there. And then kind of visualize it, and, you know, here I am. Yeah, knocking Madonna off the top spot, a goat herder from the mountains of Morocco. There you go.
Yeah, what a great achievement. Lewis is asking a question here. He says, what was it like jumping in a pool with a live microphone at Sharon Osbourne's house?
You know, that was the defining moment for me. You know, everybody has a defining moment. I'll tell you a little story. It was 7 of us, and we all had to go to the judges' houses. And at the judges' houses, there is 4 of you that will make it to the live rounds. And I just happened to be in the most brilliant category singer-wise. You know, Andy Abraham, the bin man, who's a dear friend of mine. He sings, you know, like Luther Vandross and Stevie Wonder. You had Brenda Edwards, who's like Aretha Franklin. You had Maria Lawson, who was like Tina Turner, and so forth. And then there was me, right? And what happened was they changed my song to Living La Vida Loca, to sing Living La Vida Loca. And we're all coming out. So we're all coming out. I was the last one on. And I didn't want to get paranoid. While they were singing, I was doing this. Just did not want to hear the response. I just thought, no, I'm just going to go out there. So I went out there, and I'm seeing, you can't imagine, right? I've just come from London. I'm in LA. Sharon Osbourne is sitting there with Ozzy Osbourne, Rachel Hunter, Demi Moore's sister, you know, all these people, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is a far cry from Lucian Clock Tower. You know, what am I doing here? Right. So they said, you know, what's your name? And I'm going, hi, my name is Chico. Also, they call me Chico Loco, and I'm going to sing Live La Vida Loca. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking, just shut up. Just sing the thing and get on with it. So what happened is my mentor at the time, it was this guy called Mark Hudson, and he had like this rainbow-colored beard. He looked like he had oral sex with a bag of Skittles, man. He was like just one of these guys, right? He's a big personality. And before I came on, he went, yo, Chico, my brother, you got to do what you got to do, man. Hey, listen, man, if you want to like just jump in the pool, you can. Now, in my head, because of the lyrics in the song, it was, she makes you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. So at that moment, makes you take your clothes off. I ripped the shirt. I thought, if you can't hit him with the musical, hit him with the physical. You know, I need all the help I can get, kind of thing. You know, and I did that, and of course, I jumped in the pool like this, kind of thing. And what happened is Ozzy and everybody was like, and with me, I'm suffering delusions of grandeur here at the moment. I'm thinking, yeah, Chico's arrived. I'm just kicking it, and I didn't realize I was just about to, you know, electrocute myself and show the world what a charcoal goat herder looks like. You know, now I'm on my knees, and literally everybody was up on their feet. And I remember it's like in slow motion, and Ozzy coming up to me and goes, I'm fucking fucking brilliant, man. But I mean, I've done a lot of shit in my life, but you could electrocute yourself in my fucking pool. Sharon, it's fucking mad. You know. And so that was kind of, again, that was a defining moment, because at that moment, the craziest rock and roll star called me crazy. And I thought, yeah, I'll take that. And that was kind of the beginning of the journey of Chico and the X Factor. And that was, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. It's probably the most incredible experience of my life regarding my career.
Hey, we've got people saying that's a brilliant impression. Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was. And this is so cool that, you know, you got such awesome stories to tell here. Yeah. But based on what you were just saying a minute ago, I want to know, like, what advice you have to people to like be clear on their vision. And I'll tell you why, right? Because, you know, we're teaching a lot of people, and a lot of people that are making millions. Yeah. And some people, they take longer though. Yeah. And sometimes when people take a little bit longer, it is about keeping positive. How can you keep visualizing what it is that you want, even though you might have not back often, not back. I mean, we even have an award. We just had our real life awards at the end of last year. One of the awards is called the Rocky Balboa Award.
Wow.
Yeah. That's for the person who wins that, and like they all get voted for, are the ones that no matter what has happened to them that year, they just kept going. They just kept going no matter what hit them. So like, what advice and what things do you have, or do like little rituals or little things that you do that no matter what is going on, no matter what people are saying, what's going on in the economy, in the world, your friends, even if it's your family and your close ones, they're probably, let's face it, they're probably the ones that hurt the most. No matter what is going on, what advice do you have for people to stay on track?
Okay, I'm just going to rewind a little bit here, and I'll tell you the basis from my experience, and you might be able to it might resonate with you, it might not. What I found, humanity or people as a whole, we are all searching for completion. We are all searching for fulfillment. We are all searching to be whole. Now, we come into this world, and the world out there has made you believe that you are this physical person. It made you believe that everything about you is real. It's also made you believe that happiness lived somewhere out there. It's never quite here. It's always in the next deal. It's always in the next bit of money, and it's always in here. Now, we all follow that fulfillment, be it money making, positions of power, fame, sex, rock and roll, whatever it may be. Now, once you start to understand the physiology of a being, the thoughts, and there is something else that is invisible that cannot be seen. Call it the life force, call it your soul, call it your spirit, call it something else. That thing that if it leaves this body would look exactly the same, but it's no longer there. That thing that just knows, is connected to your heart and soul. It's connected to what I call the bullshitiometer. It just knows. Intuitively, it knows something. So what happens is, because the system has made us believe to be the best, to be this, to be that, we're conditioned. Now, the 2-year-old, when they're a 2-year-old, doesn't even know its name, color, creed, sex, or gender. Now, it just about knows its name. The only 2 things that we're born with is the fear of loud noise, bangs, or heights. Now, just like a software, this iPhone or anything like that, it all looks the same. That's human beings, 2 eyes, nose, etc., etc. It's a software we put in it. So your parents give you a software. Boom. Their belief system, be it religious, be it non-religious, be it whatever it is, they've given it to you. You go to play school, you go to kindergarten, you go to primary school, and then you're picking up all these little softwares and you're putting them into the persona, the person that you call yourself as a person. Now, what happens is you get to about 16, and every time you put an information, it's like file, save, password is ego, which stands for easy and got out if you're spiritual, or it stands for easy and good out, or what I term as just energy going off on one. It's just energy, which is the ego mind, going off on one. It's continuously going off on a tangent, right? That's the spoiled 2-year-old child. He just wants everything. Mine. Now, what happens when we press file save, we build a story of the me, the person. That person is nothing more than stored up memory in the library of their own mind. So a person is basically an index of alphabetical order of experiences that they've accumulated with information, misinformation, indoctrination, etc., etc. So we act according to the conditioning of the mind, our background, our bullying, our traumas, our this, that, and the other. And this person develops a story, and they concentrate on the story so much because the story is to achieve, to have, to do. And what happens is we do get there. Like I did. I thought happiness was in the fame. And as my friend said, we've been to where people perceive happiness to be, but it doesn't live there. So what happens is the ego, the egoic mind, or that false story called me, there is a story. If there's a story, there's a history. But we concentrate on the history and we forget the mystery, which I'll get onto in a minute. Now we go and we achieve all these things, and whoa, we're happy, but only for a little bit, because that's energy going off on one. Is achieved something and it thinks it's happy because it's achieved it. No, the achievement part of it is just that energy goes back to the heart center and goes, oh, I can relax now. I've got it. What happens? After a little while, he looks over there and goes, oh, I need another goal. I need to achieve more. I need 10 million because so-and-so. So it starts keeping up with the Joneses. And I'll call it, the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, it's always greener on the other side because it's always raining and fertilized with bullshit. Because irrelevant of what you will achieve, there will always be someone richer. There will be someone more intellectual. There'll be someone more prettier. There'll be someone more funnier. There'll be someone, whatever it may be. But there is something that deteriorates with time, which is the physical body, your mind, something that never, ever deteriorates, the essence of who you are. Now, let's call that the life force energy. Let's call it the soul. So we are conditioned to live in the material world, the egoic mind, the energy going off on one, until one day you get exhausted. You get exhausted by playing this character. It's exhausting. Then you go, shoot, it's an inside job. You go in, you meditate, contemplate, you breathe. You do things that are not selfish, but selfless. Then you start to connect with your heart center. And then you start to learn the art of living is the art of giving. When you learn the art of giving, you are truly living. When you start to connect to this, everything unfolds. Whatever you're doing in your life becomes beautiful. There's a great master once said, and like I said, I'm not a Christian, but I love the great master Jesus. He says, lest we become like children, we will never enter the kingdom of heaven. What is the kingdom of heaven? It means to be in the here and now. It's to be the child of the present moment. Or first seek the kingdom or the heart, and all shall be added onto you. Meaning, if you think your happiness is going to solely live in the money, in the fame, in the game, in the power, in the position, then my friends, I'd hate to tell you this, but you are in for a rude awakening. Because the foundation by which you can build a house on is not material. It has to be that. Then whatever you build on it shines, because it's shining with a beautiful light that's doing it right, knowing it's in a cosmic dance called life. And sometimes it could be a fun night, and sometimes it could be a fight. But it's still, you can always retreat to the cave called heart. And that is the beginning, and that is the start.
That's like the holy grail, right? It's if we can understand something like is totally against everything that we ever been taught. Yeah, because ultimately that's what's happening, right? Like you said, it's society, and a lot of people, they probably like listen to this stuff and they're like, yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, because of me many years ago, I would have been the same. I'd have switched this off right by now.
Yeah.
But it's just one. Yeah. And like, now you talk about achieving, talk about making money. This is called Real Life Money Monday. We do that for a reason. People are attracted by the money. And I mean, right now, money is one of the games that we got to play. But
absolutely. Sorry, just to interrupt you there. There is nothing wrong with making tons of money. There's nothing wrong with being the most successful. If you are driven completely for that, there's nothing wrong with that at all. What I'm trying to say is that is let's do this. It's like with a menace. In this partners was built on the but person from up to keeps love on growing forever.
Are you still there? Are you still there? Hey, I don't know. Guys, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Put it in the comments if you can hear me. Put it in the comments if you can hear me. I'm not sure if it is me, if it is him, or if it's both. But is this touching some points are super important? Yes or no? Are you back?
Happiness, that's what else than surely the
Yeah, it seems to be. Oh, baby. Now we lost him completely. Or he's back. He's in or he's out. Yes, awesome. Thank you guys for letting me know that you can hear me. Yeah, we're missing so much gold. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, we'll get him to we'll get him to repeat that. If we can get him logged back on. I will send you a link. Are you talking to me? Yeah, guys, so stick around because this stuff's super important, as you can see. Let me just see if we can yeah, here we go. Yes, we're getting it back on. Messages are going through. Oh, for Miracle Morning. Yeah, awesome. So, guys, do you have any questions from this gold that you're hearing right here? You know, a lot of people who have been on a few of the different trainings for real life and the tribe, etc. You know, it's all about not just the information, it's about the process of the transformation. And this is really what we're discussing here on this week's episode. So if you got any questions around this or anything that you want clarifying, yes, Ben, it's Mark Harvey time. Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, so if you want any questions that you want me to ask Chico when he's back on here, then get them in the comments right now. Yeah, get them in the comments right now, because look at this. Like we're talking about getting soul satisfaction, you know, fulfillment within any achievement is absolutely necessary. It's not really a success if there's not fulfillment. Like Chico is saying here, put it in the comments. Let me know what your comments are. Is how many of you have done something before and actually when you've done it, when you've achieved a goal, when you've hit something, when you made a certain amount of money, it's not all that. It wasn't all that successful. It didn't really last long. You know, you're not really sure what you're supposed to be doing now. You know, a lot of people, they go on all of these kind of soul-searching journeys all over the world. And what I'd love to ask and discuss when Chico's back on here is like, how do you balance that fine line? Because I'm going to just be direct here and just give it here. Like, how do you balance that fine line between, look, you've got to be coming from the heart. You've got to be coming from love. You can achieve lots of material and financial gain by being able to tap into such, you know, spirituality. Robert Kiyosaki himself, he says all of his wealth comes from spirituality, but a lot of people are not, a lot of mainstream people, they're not listening to it. They're not hearing the message. Maybe they're not ready, or for whatever other circumstances. Yeah. But how do you balance that fine line between it being, hey, I got to tap into my heart, so I can't be all about the achievement, and using it as an excuse to not deliver, not pursue, not take that action, not take that opportunity. Like what Chico was talking about earlier, it's like, you know, some people, they see opportunities to come along, or to be, you know, connected through someone, or just to show up to something, and they turn their nose up at it. They don't take the opportunity, but it was by going there that could have led them to someone else or something else or another deal or another person. And because that first step wasn't taken, or that next step wasn't taken, then they don't get to go to the next step. They don't get to meet the next people. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Keep the questions coming along. Oh, here we go. We've got them on the phone. Hello. Hi. Yeah. Is your internet okay? Can you hear me? No, you wasn't on the screen or anything. Let me see if bringing you back in is going to work. Yeah, close that browser down and then just log back in how you did before. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to cross you out of it and then you can come back in. Yeah, awesome. Okay, See you in a sec. See you. Yeah, that's right, Ben. That's exactly what he was saying. He was saying that there's nothing wrong with the money. You and I both know that. But when it is chased, but not just chased. When I made it my actual goal, the sole outcome was to make money. That was a lonely path. That is a destructive path as well. When the goal for me was solely just to make money, and I was just chasing the money, then, you know, another story for another day. It's actually in my book that I just in the middle of. Oh yeah, now we've got two of you. Are we back? You're on mute, so you just need to turn one of the things off, whatever was there. Let me unmute you. Is that better?
Yeah. Still got that noise.
They're saying the internet can't handle your energy. You remove that source, and hopefully it can come back in. You can hear an echo. Oh my goodness, that was like a trumpet. Yeah. So, hey, look, we all have our own different journeys, and that's the beauty of these Real Life Money Mondays, that we just want to bring people from all different walks of life, different journeys, so that you can tap in and you can hear it from their side, and hopefully just one of the pieces of information inspire you and give you something that you can look forward to, look up to, look into, whatever it may be. Yeah, it seemed to me I had a couple of devices running. He'd logged in a couple of times on this side. We're gonna get him back on here. Yeah, we're gonna get him back on here. Imagine being in the room with Chico. Yes, well, you know, as soon as possible, we can see how we make that happen. Yeah, we can see how we make that happen. Yeah. Oh, we're logged in twice again. So it looks like you're logging in. Are you logging in on this one device? Yeah, I think that's good. Let's get you in. Yeah, are we all good?
Still an echo.
Try a different browser. Try a different browser.
Okay.
Yeah, this browser doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, just try a different browser and then just log back in with that same link. Yeah, just make sure you got the message. Yeah, so just try a different browser and just log in with that message. Log in with that thing with the same link. Hey, look, guys, be share this feed on your timeline, and you can win one of these. Yeah, so or you can choose everything you want. You know, hoodie. You know, we've got blankets, cups. You know, loads of different things. Yeah, loads of different things. Yeah, so all you need to do is you need to tag 10 people in the Real Life Tribe, out the Real Life Tribe. If you're not in the Real Life Tribe, just tag 10 people. Tag 10 people and share it on your timeline, and we're going to pick a winner if you're still on it by the end of this show, and they will get the chance to be able to win and select whatever it is that they want from the online merchandise shop. So let's have a look at this. Are you back?
Yes.
Yes, excellent. Hey, we were just getting to the meaty bit where you went and everyone was commenting saying, oh my God, we can't hear him. We're missing all of this gold. So the last thing I think that you were talking about is you were saying, and we had a few comments about it as well, that the money, what you were saying is the money itself is not necessarily the bad thing. It's the chasing of it. And I was just talking a little bit about my experience of, when I was solely chasing money, because there was a time in my life where I was, it was very destructive, because money and money only was the goal, no matter what. So whatever you were saying after that, if you can pick that up, that'd be awesome.
I wish I remembered. So when I speak, I just kind of speak off the cuff, and I don't know. A lot of the times I go, "What did I say?" Or but basically. What I was saying is the glam and glitz aspect of it. It's, you've got to have that foundation. And I think I was giving the example of, a relationship that you might have. You might meet that someone and there's sparks flying everywhere and you're swinging from the chandeliers and it's wow, 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 wow. But the truth of the matter is, when that disappears, you've got nothing to talk about. You've got no communication. You got no friendship. You got no love. It was built on lust, so to speak. So the lust of money, the lust of power, is very different to say, for instance, whenever I created something like when I created BlockFit, which was 5 years ago, dance, combat, hit, yoga, meditation. It wasn't because I was thinking to myself, I want to become a multimillionaire and I want to do this. That was a byproduct. For me, it was built on a foundation of how many people can I change? How many lives can I change? How many people can I reach? What legacy can I leave behind that can continue benefiting mankind? That was my primary thought. And because it was built on that, it was about my passion. That correlated with my passion and my mission, which coincided with my vision to execute it and make it thrive. And I did. I trained over 1,000 instructors and it was going fantastic. And then, of course, we had COVID and boom, it took a rest. But through that, I created Who Breath, which is an ancient breathing technique. And now that's brought me to the retreats. That's why in Portugal, and again, you can achieve incredible things even in lockdown. From the 20th of September to the first week of November, I managed to have 5 different retreats, even in lockdowns, and even when most people were scared to leave home, and even so these things have happened and will happen and will continue to grow, because they built on a foundation of not how much money can I make, but what difference can I make? And the money is a byproduct, and the money is coming in, and all these amazing people are taking life-changing experiences with them that money can't buy. So that what I mean is, I truly believe, but this is just me, because we're all different. Some people go, hey, listen, I love my life. Give me the glam and glitz, and don't talk to me about spirituality. Listen, and I was that guy. For me, it was like outside of a bottle of JD and a party with some beautiful women. I didn't want to know. I get it. What I'm saying to you is, I'm 50 years young in 2-3 months. So I'm 50 years old. So what I'm going to share with you, as I'm sure most of you are, young enough to be my sons and daughters, what I'm sharing with you is experience and wisdom coming through actual experiences where I've had it all, invested, I invested my life savings in property in Dubai, got conned out of all of it, everything. And I had to start again. And as they say, desperation is the mother of all inventions. And that was the moment to go, okay, am I going to go commit murder? Or I always go, okay, God or universe, whatever you want to call it, you've obviously got bigger plans for me. And those bigger plans are very, very true, because the universe is corrective, never vindictive. It gives you what you need, not what you want, because what you want is not necessarily good for you. But we don't see it at the time. And all I'm saying is I love business people. I love entrepreneurs. I love people that create. I love people that want to go out there and go, yeah, I can do this. And, you know, I love the people that say, come on, that's a problem, I'm seeing a solution. Don't say why, I say why not. Don't see a stumbling block, I see a stepping stone. I love those kind of people because they give me that energy. It's like, wow, amazing. But don't let the energy be misplaced in a bottomless pit that never says thank you. That's all.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what might interest you, and I want to talk about it as much as possible because I think it's so important, is this whole thing about being mission orientated. Every organization, every business that I'm involved in or partnered in or, you know, consult in, I'm always talking about you got to have a mission, because as much as, like you say, your ego would like to think so, people don't come and work for you. I know people don't work for me, they work for the mission.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in touch with the mission, you know, and just one of the missions, like when we want to train people in property investing, we want to design, create, and deliver the most life transformational experiences, coaching, and training to assist people to live like this. These five, we call it the 5 freedoms: financial, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual.
Sure, that's right. That's absolutely bang on right. That's exactly what we do here, because that's the completion. You see, when one thing is missing, it's not complete. And what I'm saying is you can have it all. And a lot of people that are money orientated, sometimes they go, hold on a minute, don't spirituality, or they instantly associate that with dogma or religion, and this is nothing to do with that. You know, as a matter of fact, as we're speaking, I'm in the middle of just creating a 40-day Who Breath life transformation, and I'm involving all of these things together. And as you know, and I know, and as most of these wonderful people here listening to this, they have a ritual. You know, again, all the people that are successful, that embody the positive mental attitude philosophy, there are only 2 thoughts. PMA, positive mental attitude, equals your friends, equals success and happiness. NMA, that's your enemy, which is negative mental attitude, equals failure and misery. We give you the tools, but you're the architect of your own destiny. But there are certain proven formulas. As I said, dream it, believe it, work for it, achieve it. Because a dream without action is like a car without an engine. It's going nowhere. It's going to look pretty, but it ain't going nowhere. So there are criterias to follow. And if I may share this with you, is first thing in the morning, you've got to have a ritual. And that ritual cannot be your telephone, cannot be social media. Now, a lot of people go, oh, I've been working really hard. What you been doing? Oh, yeah, man, I'm working my ass off. Really? How many hours? Oh, 16 hours a day. Okay. Well, at times up by 7, that's like 90 odd hours. That's double the amount of most people are working. Okay, let's break it down. Break it down hour by hour, minute by minute, whatever. Let's break it down. But what you find is most people think they're working. Oh, what's that? Yeah, Instagram. Oh, YouTube. Okay. And so what I'm saying is the first thing you got to do, you got to understand that a battle won in the brain is already a day one in your execution. So the first thing you do is you wake up. You don't have to be religious. That's why I say I created Who Breath. It's just breathing. Breathing is an ancient breathing technique, but it will still your mind. It will, in 20 minutes, you'll achieve more than people that have been meditating for a year, because you'll feel it instantly. So that might not be your thing, but if you got up and went, okay, I'm not going to touch social media, I'm not going to touch my emails, I'm not going to do anything, and you go, but hold on a minute, my day starts at 7. We'll wake up at 6 o'clock. Do an hour of me time. Chico time. Sorry, I couldn't help that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good point, because I want to quick fire some questions. Yeah. I'm gonna challenge you, see if you could do quick fire answers.
Okay.
Yeah. So and we've had so many requests. People want to hear you sing as well. So we're gonna do we're going to do some quick fire questions. Yeah. And we're going to do some quick fire answers. Then we're going to, put a request in. All these people put a request in to hear you sing. But just before we go into that, just on another note, like you said, all this stuff that happens to us and builds our belief systems through our childhood and all the rest of it. Another thing that we are doing through a real life foundation, is we're doing like providing real education for the children, like these experiences, that we're talking about, what's really important, like communication, relationships, spirituality, breathing, mood level, positive mental attitude, like all of this stuff in a practical application, performing real education. And we're going to be inviting people, like trying real education, doing like children events, but eventually we want to build schools and replace the education system. We want to replace the education system, not try and
we replace the education system. I call it legalized indoctrination. And I totally vibe with what you're saying, because my first mission, or shall I say my first promise to my granddad, was, he always says, to whom much is given, much is expected. And I started a charity for children, charity called the Rainbow Child Foundation. And in 12 years, we reached 100,000 children around the world. We put water, sanitation, education all around the world, from South Africa, Malawi, Pakistan, India, all over England. And so what you're doing, and with what you just said, that's music to my heart. That's what makes me tick. But the idea of being able to go, okay, through a bit of knowledge, bit of education, bit of information, we can truly make a difference. And as they say, earlier on, show me the child at the age of 7, I'll show you the man or the woman. So, what you're saying, that makes my heart sing. That makes my soul dance. Keep your money. Because if I do this, there is no richness that you can give me. But I know when you do things like this, the universe, because you open your arms and you're giving, the universe is abundant. It's going to give you everything you want. It will.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're working on currently is we're, because we train many people to invest in property, and lots of people make lots of money. But like we were talking about before, people think they come for the money, but really they're coming for all of this stuff that you've been talking about. Because, achieving it without any of the fulfillment is, not really achieving it. It's not really the real success. So we're actually doing we're doing a property deal for free. So we pay the professionals, like the builders and, people, the banks and all of that. But we are doing a property deal for free. All of the money, all of the profit goes to the foundation, 100% of it.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
And we just bring people in, and people who want to offer services, people who want to donate money, people who want to lend money and get it back, but with no interest, all of that. They are welcome to reach out. They're welcome to get in touch and just be a part of this awesome, project and this awesome movement. So let's ask some questions. Very quick fire questions. I mean, there's been so many comments. So someone said, "What is your biggest regret?"
I get asked that a lot, and the truth is I have no regrets, and I'll tell you for why. You could say I would have done certain things differently, or this or that. But from, let's call it a higher perspective, or just looking at it from a different lens, regretting things, wishing they never happened, say for instance, every moment of my life that's happened, the good, the bad, and the ugly, has brought me to this moment in time, including having a stroke 2 years ago, and having a near-death experience, seeing other dimensions, seeing my life review, and being given another chance to continue this work. So for me, any of those things that wouldn't have happened, when people say, "What would you do differently?" I say, not one thing. Because every experience has brought me to this moment in time. And this moment in time, there's no other place I would rather be, and there is no other person I'd want to be, purely because it was those experiences that I've learned from that shaped me that molded me, that made me become the person that I am today. And the person that I am today, I'm happy with that person, mentally, physically, and spiritually, especially spiritually, because I feel that I found my calling. And when you find your calling, that's it. That is it. Every day is a Saturday, or shall I, every day is a Money Monday.
Awesome. This one is a great one to follow on with. What step did you take that made the biggest difference in your life?
Biggest step? Well, if it was career-wise, it would be auditioning for the X Factor. Spiritually, it was meeting my spiritual master. You know, relationship-wise, marrying my best friend. You know, there is so many wonderful moments in my life, and they all contributed to this which we live in now. And you know, I think we can all agree that 2020 is a year that most of us want to forget. It's been pure heaven for some, pure hell for the many. And you know, irrelevant of your belief system, what you believe, whether you want to get vaxxed or you don't, or whatever it may is that you believe in, we can all agree that we are living in the PRS system, which is, you know, create a problem, get a reaction, find a solution. Solution being the COVID. Now, the thing that we have to grasp is it's a divide and conquer. And when you start to understand the reality of what I was talking about, when you live in here, you'll understand there is no you or me. There's just we. We. That's a French, it even correlates with the French word yes. Say yes to we as one humanity. You know, and as the great Bob Marley would say, you know, one love, what about one heart? Let's get together and feel all right. Come on, sing it. One love, what about one heart? Let's get together and feel all right. So real life, hey, one love. Monday night, we're feeling all right. Real life, one life, one life. Monday, and we're feeling all right. There you go.
Awesome. I can feel the applaud from all of the living rooms, bedrooms, kitchens, wherever they were watching that. Thank you so much. That was so amazing. Before you go, we have one last question that we ask everybody, whatever, you know, we do on any of our shows that we do. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on, being a real inspiration. I know we all normally say, look, if just one person gets a little bit of insight and it changes their life, puts them on the right direction, then that's great. But I know this video is going to take many people. We have gone over, so I know a lot of people have gone. We have a mastermind for our community that's already happening, already underway. But before we send everyone else off and we say our final thank you for you, we always have this we have this phrase, right? And this question, yeah, well, we have a phrase, but I want to ask you a question, and that is, we say this thing and we can never let the people forget this, and that is to do the right thing for the right reason. Now, why is that?
So why did you ask me why is that?
Yeah.
The right thing for the right reason. This is what I call let your actions be with the right intention. The reason for that is because many people will do an action to receive something. There is an ulterior motive. But you see, when you do something with the right reason, the right action with the right reason, that's feeding your soul. When you do it the other way, that's feeding your ego. Now, do you want to be happy and fulfilled, or do you just want a momentary gratification that will come back and bite you in the ass? I say, do the right thing with the right reason.
That is super awesome. That is super awesome. And I love it. I always ask this question because I love hearing the answers. Yeah. But what I want to do, and I want to invite you in doing now, is I want you to finish our phrase off, because this thing that we always say is you got to do the right thing for the right reason, because that is the only way that you're going to discover your true potential.
Do you want me to add something?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Can you say that for us, and then you add whatever you want to add?
Again, do the right thing with the right reason.
Do the right thing for the right reason, because it's the only way you're going to discover your true potential.
Do the right thing for the right reason, because it's the only way you're going to fulfill your true potential or find your true potential.
Discover your true potential.
Sorry.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. And you wanted to add something?
Yeah. If I may leave you with this, as I said, COVID has really made us realize what's important. Look, I've been to where people perceive happiness to be, it doesn't live there. The prerequisite for happiness ain't money and richness. Trust me, your health is your wealth and your wealth is your health. If you can wake up every day, make sure that your actions are with the right intention, and you can sleep at night with a clear conscience, then trust me, my friends, you're the richest people in the world. It is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You're not going to take it with you. So while you have it, share it. And if you've got nothing to give a smile and let it travel 1,000 miles. Enrich people's hearts. Love all, accept all, and hate none. For that, happy 21st.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for being on here again. Yeah. Well said. Love the rhyme and everything.
Can I just say, I'm here. This is our villa and our retreats. We're going to start the retreats from the middle of April. You can go to itschicotime.com, and when they let us fly, please fly and come and see us and spend a week with me. I'd love to host you.
For sure. That will definitely be happening. So awesome to have you here. You heard what Chico said. If you want to be going out there to the retreat, what is the website? It's chicotime.com. You can't forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
I will be asking you guys a few questions about remortgaging and stuff like that, or selling, or because we're trying to relocate here, and I don't know much about it, but obviously I'm in the company of experts, so I'll be asking a few questions. And you know what? I'd love, Lewis, thank you for this hookup, and my friend Justin, who introduced me to this whole, community. And I love being around you guys. You inspire me to do better and become a better person, and it's lovely, So it's just wonderful to be in this energy synergy that's creating this beautiful synchronicity stuff. For that, I want to say thank you, truly.
Awesome. You are so welcome. It's been amazing to have you on here. So we're going to say bye to these guys. Thank you so much. We're going